took place on Christmas Eve. Well, the story goes something like this. So once there was a little girl, she was about 12, 12 years old, and she lived with her mean old father. Her mother had died some time ago, and he wasn't much. He drank a lot, beat her. Oh, he was terrible to her. So Christmas Eve came, and of course, he was drinking. And he said to her, listen, you, take these matches, and you go on out and sell them. And don't dare come back unless they're all sold. You understand? Awful cold day. Ooh, it's cold and snowy. Poor little girl, she was so scared of him. So she took the matches, and now, remember, she didn't even have shoes. No socks or shoes. She put a raggedy shawl over her shoulders. And of course, she was hungry because he didn't give her much to eat. Once in a while, I'd give her a crust of bread or something. Usually a clout. So out she went. She was scared to death of him. She knew she had to sell those matches, or if she come home, he would beat her. So all day long, as she walked along the streets of the little town, she was asking everyone, please, please, sir, please, ma'am, will you buy a match for me? They're only a penny, please. And everybody said, no, no, get out of the way, don't bother me. Can't you see I'm busy? It's Christmas Eve. I got to get home and decorate the tree and so on. So please, please, won't someone buy a match? And everyone she went to, it was the same thing. Not one single person would buy a match for my little friend. Now it's getting dark. It began to snow harder. Oh, she was so cold. She was turning blue. Oh, it was so cold, and she was hungry. She didn't know what to do, but she knew she couldn't go home. So she walked along, and then she saw a porch, a stoop. So she went in the corner, got in the corner to get out of the cold wind. It was so cold. It was so windy. And the people were hurrying by with their bundles, and they're wishing everybody Merry Christmas and all that stuff. Poor little girl, she was shivering. She got in the corner and she said, well, maybe if I light just one match, maybe it'll be all right. So she lit one match, and it brightened, lit up, and helped her a little bit. She got warm just for a second. Of course, then the match went out. So she lit another match, and again, it got a little warmth, but again, that went out too. But it felt so good just to have a little warmth. So she lit another one, and another one, and another one. And now she only had one left. And she was thinking, oh, what should I do? But I've got to light one more, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. But anyway, with her shivering hands, she lit the final match. And as the match flared, suddenly she looked up and saw a bright light coming toward her. And there looked like her grandmother and her mother were coming, and they had their arms outstretched to her. Oh, and they looked so beautiful. And she said, Mother, Grandma. And they smiled, held out their arms, and the light kept going brighter and brighter and brighter. and she smiled, and she closed her eyes. Now the next morning, when people were hurrying on their way to church, same people didn't buy a match from her, they happened to look in the corner on the steps or the porch or the stoop, whatever you want to call it, where she got in to get out of the wind, and they saw the body of our little match girl huddled all up with matches all around her and with a smile on her face. Well, you know, our little match girl is in heaven with her mother and her grandmother and God. Be happy, warm, forever and ever and ever.